Hello, everyone, and welcome to She Said, He Said. And we got the whole crew here today. Good to see everybody. How's everybody doing?
Great.
So, anyway, before we get started, this is She Said, He Said. We talk about love and romance and whatever else comes up. And this is a special day. This is a holiday show. And today we're going to specialize in questions from our audience. So in the comment area today, folks, if you're watching, to make sure, you have to do it when we're live, of course. If you have a question for the crew today, this is the day to do it. And we happen to know that there's some people prepared with questions for you guys today. Of course, I've always got my professional list with me, but before we get going, I also have to say that you can find us on Good Talk Radio and Spreaker and several other platforms, and now on Cutting Edge TV. And you guys are just rock stars now.
Wow.
Yeah. So let's say hello to everybody. Let's start at the bottom corner. We have Tracy. How are you today?
I'm doing fantastic.
Super. And we haven't had you on for 2 shows.
I know. I've been recovering a little bit from a cold that's threatening to be serious.
I'm glad you're doing better. Yep. Moving right along, we have Flynn Beck. How are you doing?
I'm well, thank you. How are y'all?
Y'all, we're all right. And moving right along, we have Chandra. How are you today?
I'm good, thanks. Glad to be here.
And Thomas, by the way, says hello, George.
I said hello to Thomas.
Yeah. Oh, I see you guys have been talking there. Okay, I'm just going to get these covered. Right. We keep moving along here. Moving up, we have moving on up to Tom Gulley. How are you today?
I'm great, and hello to John Smith from Say What You Will Radio.
Yeah.
Hey, there you go, John.
Hey, John.
And then moving right along to the center section is no, it's not Peckerhead. It's George. George, how are you today? I like your hat.
I'm doing just fine.
Nice turkey.
Happy Thanksgiving.
It is a turkey, right?
So that is definitely a turkey. Yes.
Oh my goodness. So before we get going, I keep forgetting to do this, but I want to remind that Flynn Beck, she does her own show called In with Flynn.
In like Flynn, like
Flynn.
Errol Flynn, very famous saying. In like
Flynn. You can find her on Facebook. And Tom Gulley, of course, has his own show, and he's everywhere, including television. So, check out the Tom Gulley show. In the description, I do have links to both of their shows. And as soon as these other people get rich and famous and have shows too, we'll put links for them too. Someday I'll be famous too. Oh man. So today is, of course, for people that are starting to gather, today is really important that the people in the comment section ask our crew questions, and we will stop whatever we're doing to answer the questions that come in.
We have questions.
Yeah. Morty Vicker wants to know how my cheese ball was. And it was not very good. And just to tell you what his name is about, there was a British person on my show, and she would say Morty Vicker very frequently on the show. And sadly, I did not know what that meant in England. And I can tell you what it means. So he changed his name to Morty Vicker based on this definition. Here it comes.
Morty Vicker is an expression used to dissipate the embarrassment of someone who's just farted loudly in company.
So if that happens in England, somebody will go, Morty Vicker, to sort of dissipate the...
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right. I certainly learned something today.
There you go.
Yes.
Just open the show with some class.
Well, before we do get going, though, considering is the night before, not before Christmas, but the night before Thanksgiving. So I'm going to give you guys a chance to say, what are you thankful for?
Aww.
let's start with Flynn.
That's so sweet. Well, I'm thankful to you all to be part of this panel. I'm thankful for my dad. I've got special people, special friends in my life, and for my health. And yeah.
Cool. Tracy, how about you? What are you thankful for?
I have lots to be thankful for. I have a happy, healthy family. We're doing all right through this coronavirus. We're working and kids are doing school and all that type of stuff. So we're fortunate through this scenario. So I'm very thankful that we've had minimal impact. And I would say health is a pretty big one right up there as well. There's lots to be thankful for. The list could go on and on.
Yep. I'm going to hit Chandra and then we're going to answer a question. Chandra, what are you thankful for?
Okay, well, aside from all of the normal fluffy things that people are thankful for, families, good health and everything, I'm really thankful for the guy who invented silverware so that I don't have to eat my Thanksgiving dinner with my hands tomorrow. I'm really thankful for the guy that invented the toothbrush so that after I'm done eating my meal, I don't have to brush my teeth with a stick. So I'm happy for some really unusual things that people probably pass up, but that is genuinely the truth. So that's what I'm thankful for.
I'm thankful for George's hat.
Yes.
Yeah. And I'll take one more. Tom, what are you thankful for?
I'm thankful for all the people that listen to my show and watch it, many of whom are in the chat room right now. I'm especially thankful for Lynette Miller as well.
Mm-hmm.
And,
which we will answer a question in a minute.
My mom used to do this thing where we'd say what we're thankful for, and she worked in the emergency room in a hospital, and hers were the most morbid things to be thankful for. They're like, well, you can be thankful that both of your feet weren't cut off in an industrial accident last night. I'm like, Mom, we could sit here all day and come up with horrifying things that did not happen to us, but we're thankful did not happen to us. So I would say I am blessed with some people that have stumbled upon my show and that show up every day. So I'm very thankful for all of them.
Yep, and I'm very thankful also for our crew. People don't realize when you do a crew like this, to get 6 people coordinated every week to do a show, this has been the easiest group to work with to keep a group together. And I'm very grateful for that. So,
thanks.
And we all have our stuff, but you guys are just a wonderful group to work with. And so I am very thankful for that. So after that, guys, Lynette says, what's a deal breaker? What's a deal stealer?
Sealer.
Sealer.
Stealer. Sorry, Lynette. I'm reading 2 things at the same time. Sorry.
I mean, how about I can say what the deal sealers are.
I like the stealer one. Actually, my question is better with the stealer. Who wants to take that? What's a deal breaker, guys?
Well, I think I went over mine last week. And I went over the lead balloon. So
yeah, I suppose you're lying, aren't you?
Yeah. Lying. I don't
Absolutely lying.
I gave him a hard time, didn't I?
Well, some people don't like truth. Anyway, the deal sealer for me is if she digs me as a person. That's it.
Yeah.
There's nothing. I don't need anything else. That's it.
Anybody else?
I
Gotta
would
feel that karma, man. The karma is always great. When you feel that karma, that's almost like that's a sealer right there. I mean, everything that she does, everything that I do, and it just seems to work. And just the chemistry is great. That's a sealer for me, man. I'll know the difference.
I think when you guys kiss, I think a good kiss is pretty important.
I think a deal stealer would be someone who doesn't like pets. Isn't that right, Tom?
Yeah.
Pets. I don't have any of my own, but I don't mind pets. Other people want to.
Yeah, that's kind of an inside question there, isn't it? Okay. Well, we have a new one.
I like them so much. I won't make them have to suffer being around me.
There you go.
Lynette's prepared for us today, big time. So she also has a question for us. Biggest pet peeves in a relationship?
I have one that kind of falls in the deal breaker side.
Oh, go for it.
You choose video games over sex.
Ooh,
That.
Why
It
would
happens.
Be bad.
do that?
It happens. Not here, because obviously I married someone that didn't do that. But no,
Yeah.
if video games are that high of a priority for you,
Oh my gosh, you gotta be
deal
kidding.
breaker.
That sounds like bad sex and really good video game.
Oh my gosh.
What are you saying, Tom? I'm not sure how to take that.
It's all his fault. It's all his fault. But that's
It is his
insane.
fault. So,
Crazy talk.
That's insane.
Oh my God.
I think a pet peeve for me is when I'm in a relationship with a guy and he's like, yeah, we're going to do this on Saturday. And oh, we're going to do that. And we're going to do this. It's like, I prefer my partner to say, hey, we got invited to go to a theater. Do you want to go? I like when I'm involved in the choice.
Yeah.
I don't like the guy just telling me this is what we're doing. It feels kind of like a dictatorship. I don't really like that.
Good point.
Now, when we're in the bedroom, he can be a dictator, but outside the bedroom, he's
although I will say that I don't like it when they're indecisive, though, like where you can't make a decision at all. So there's some times where I'm like, just go ahead, make a decision. Like it could be collaborative, but if I'm not coming up with the idea, please feel free. We can't both be indecisive at the same time. We get nowhere.
I don't like unquantified extended projects. I lived with this girl one time, and like I was working for Cartoon Network, and I was working so many hours, and so Saturdays and Sundays I just want to sort of relax. But I understand there's things you got to do. Well, they just kept adding on, and then it's 8 o'clock at night, and you're like, come on, man. And so I told her, I said, we got a dry erase board. I put it on the refrigerator, write down all the stuff you want done on Saturday. And she wrote it all down. And I got up at 7 a.m. Saturday, bam, 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 knocking things off of those lists. By 1 o'clock, I'm all done. And I'm like, okay, done. Sit on the couch, channel changer. She's like, you know what we can do now?
Oh, man.
Now. The list is done. Put it on for next week. Because otherwise it's just an evolving, I don't like that. I like to go, hey, let's just get this stuff done. We got to get done. And then after that, let's just chill, do some other things.
Anybody else have a pet peeve in their relationships? How about you, Chandra?
I don't really have any. Honestly, I mean,
She's
I'm pretty.
going.
Yeah, I really am.
If you can't get along, if you can't get along with Chandra, you're
unless you do
hurting.
something stupid. I mean, I'm very direct, but I don't really have any. It's like, well, you can't make somebody do something. You either want to jump in or you don't. You want to help out or you don't. And I'm either going to put up with it or I won't. And you can usually lead to the won't a lot faster than the will. So no, I just, it's like, I don't really have any, but I do have some things that are really kind of icky. Don't chew with your mouth open. It's not a deal breaker, but I will look at you like you have two heads.
It's a deal breaker. It's a deal breaker.
It's close. Usually it's, yeah. Ugh,
I think body odor is not good.
Yeah.
True.
So Lynette has on there, what's your list of non-negotiables in a relationship?
Non-negotiables.
Yeah, I'll actually start with that one. I'm not putting up with drugs, and I'm not putting up with smoking for me. So it won't work in my world. So
Sorry, Tom, you're out.
I'm going to make an exception for Tom. That's the only one. That's then I'm done. That's
Wow,
it.
that-
He doesn't
Right.
so Dean Martin, so Rat Pack.
I'm not for everybody.
Yeah, I'm going to high five you right there because I feel that. Okay,
Yeah.
not for
I'm not for everybody. And I'm not just looking for anybody either.
everybody. There you go.
So
Okay, go find the question again. Here we go. Non-negotiables.
Table manners. I'm sorry. You got to hold your fork right.
Hey, if you got a disability though, is that an exception? Is that okay?
If you know that you're supposed to and you can't, that's different. But no, like if you just can't do it right because you shovel.
I'm gonna let you know ahead of time anyway. So that's kind of the way I have to eat.
How about a woman with hairy armpits?
Oh,
Oh,
I can't even do that for myself.
I've been to France.
El Natural.
Mm-mm.
I don't know where that came from, but
El Natural. I don't know. So I mean, there's some women I imagine have gone without shaving for 10 years.
Looks like they got a midget in a headlock.
Yeah, exactly. Well, when they start braiding it, Tom, that's when you got to get worried, man.
Oh no.
and they do.
And they do.
Tracy, what would you do if a guy or your husband is totally hot, you love him to death, and you make a nice meal, and it's so good, he picks up the plate, and he's like licking the plate.
Oh Lord.
Wow.
Well, number one, I don't think there's anything I can make that will hit that standard. I'm married to a food critic, and so I know that I'm not even gonna try for that. So that's aiming way too high. I might. I'm like, I have that chance. He's the cook. Like, he's the one that's doing all that kind of stuff. But he doesn't get like all weird about it. It's just me. So
That's what the bread's for.
exactly, right?
Chop it up.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
According to Flynn, though, do not touch your food to get that last little bit on that fork or spoon.
No. But if it was like a really hot guy and he was licking a meal I might have made off my plate, I thought maybe Tracy would make an exception.
You know what? After a dry spell, yeah, there's there's times. Look, we've all made exceptions. Let's just put it that way, but
So
not the norm.
Kind of depends on the lick, then, right?
Exactly.
I mean, if the guy's doing it all the time, no. But if I made a meal and he's like, it's so good, I want to have every last drop, maybe I'd be like charmed. I don't know.
I heard a pickup line one time. I heard a guy say this to a girl at a club. He said, I like to chop you up on a plate and sop you up with a biscuit.
Oh.
He had a gold
Cute.
cuff in front.
Hey, Line Screw, welcome to the show.
Lynette Miller says, what would be on your honeydew list religiously?
I'm working on that one.
Me. I would be on the honeydew list.
That's good.
I like that answer.
So do
Now,
I.
religiously doesn't mean she has to dress up in a nun outfit or anything, although she wants to. I'm game. I'm hip.
I find cooking for Sherry to be a real winner. It once I discovered that she likes me to cook, yeah.
It paid off, didn't it?
You really got
Big time.
in, yeah.
I even started a cooking show just to convince guys. I'm telling you, you want to cook for your wife.
Oh no, I do that all the time. At
There's
least
benefits.
I'm
There's
just happy if you do the dishes. My God, I'm thrilled.
Half,
All
That's
the
how I get
cooking
out of
is
the dishes.
dishes.
I'm a dish boy. I do the dishes.
half the episodes are cheesecake recipes.
That's right. Darn tootin'.
Never again can I have cheesecake. Thanks, Tom. Never look at it the same.
Yeah.
I like this. When we watch all the shows she likes.
Oh, yeah, that's sweet.
And that's a
No, I think he means
there's a lot
that's
of
a deal
truth in that,
breaker.
by the way.
Huh?
That's a lot of truth in that. What were you saying? What's a deal breaker?
I think that he's saying that that's a deal breaker.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't think he's
I was
thinking
like,
it's great to
oh,
watch all this
sweet.
show. No, I don't think so. I am pretty sure that John meant that's not cool, but I could be wrong.
Oh, I was like, oh.
No, I don't think so.
Well, that's a toss up there. I have to watch certain shows, and she watches certain shows. So we
Yeah.
share. We totally share. That's the way it
Yeah, I
has
can
to be.
only watch Criminal Minds so many times.
And we only got like 5 TVs, so I don't think that's a problem.
Wow.
5 fucking TVs, one in every bedroom and in the living room.
I feel pretty blessed. My husband's really flexible about that. But what I do is I save any British TV, documentaries, things like that for when he's out of town, because I enjoy watching things like that. And I don't make him suffer through British TV or anything with an accent because he's hard of hearing. And so he can't decipher what they're saying. And I just watch him be in pain. And
Well,
it's
you,
like,
you and I, Chandra, could definitely watch some TV together because I kind of like those shows too.
yeah, exactly.
I just discovered I had a cat up here.
I
Yeah.
was going to say, Rob, you're petting your pussy on air. Oh my God.
That's right.
The turkey's getting scared.
Cute.
She owns this house. She's like, she lets me live in it.
So cute.
Lynette has another good one here. Who comes first,
one is
mother
that?
or the wife?
Wife.
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 I'm going to say a really, really crude thing, but I'm going to say it.
Good,
I know what you're
good.
gonna say.
I know.
I'm just prepping you now, guys.
I'm ready.
I'm pretty sure your family's not listening.
Okay. Well, no, turn off kid ears. You don't give your mama head, so your mama doesn't give you head, so I automatically come first. Okay, just so we're clear about that. Okay. Yeah, I said it was going to be crude. I warned you.
Are you
Wow.
saying you still perform fellatio on your husband after you've been married all these years?
Yes, I do, and I hope you
Wow.
will too at this point in time.
You didn't get to pick your mom. You get to pick your wife.
That's right.
And, man, my family from time to time, that girl you see, we're not too crazy about her. Well, it sucks to be you because I'm not too crazy about you guys. And
That's right.
who gave you the impression you were that great? I picked her
Exactly.
out. I shot out a dad. They didn't have a choice. By the way, I see who you two picked. You want me to start commenting? Got some things I could tell you.
Is marriage 50-50, or is that the definition of divorce?
That's a good question.
That's a
Interesting
good
question.
Yeah. It's 50-50.
I don't think it always can be. So I'd
I
have to
agree.
say no.
I agree.
I'd like to know what relationship is 50-50 truly. Like,
Yeah.
really. I've
Yeah.
never, it doesn't exist.
It changes on the hour.
I know.
Siamese people, but other than that,
Sometimes it's 70-30, sometimes it's 60-40.
Sometimes it's 90-10.
Yep, 90-10. I've had that one, 90-10. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, in fact, I have a list for that.
Of course you
Well,
do.
thank you
It
to the
says
internet
here-
radio station.
Yeah. I don't think I've met them before, but I appreciate the comment, and I look forward to checking out what things they're working on. The internet radio station owners.
Yeah, that's nice.
Awesome.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
hey, Lynette,
Alrighty.
Lynette, thanks for all the great questions about
A
it.
blacklist of
Yeah, Lynette, that
Did we
was
go
awesome.
Did
Good
we go
question.
through all of our questions already?
I don't know.
Okay, I just want to ask
Bring
if
'em on.
Thomas Hamilton can actually, because he's from Glasgow, Scotland, I'm just kind of curious if he can tell us what he does cook
Yeah.
in his Scottish repertoire.
He
So
makes,
I want to ask him a question.
he makes incredible mac and cheese. I know that.
So, Thomas Hamilton, what do you cook?
That's a good
Yeah, we're gonna
question.
ask you. We're gonna ask the crew question.
What are you drinking?
Me? Oh, it's cranberry and vodka.
Where?
It's cranberry.
Attaboy.
Yeah.
Wow.
You don't think I do this sober, do you?
You gotta start paying
did.
Rob there, man, because when he's having his cranberry and vodka, he gets funny.
That's fun.
He gets funny.
Right. You know, I feel like I'm already in the woods here. That's my house in the background. I'm sitting out here freezing. May as well have a drink.
There you go.
So it says here, just before we get answer from Thomas, is these are rules that you need to know,
Okay.
for every relationship. First one, I totally don't agree with. The females always make the rules. Is that right?
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
Ain't gonna happen. Not all the time.
Then it says that these rules are subject to change at any time without any prior knowledge.
Sounds like a bitter man talking.
I know. I was like, where's this list going?
Yeah, exactly.
You guys know I only get us the facts for this show.
I know, but I'm starting to speculate who wrote it in their background.
I think it's a good question Morty's asking.
Yeah.
That is a good question.
And I was going to say that earlier, that I think it's super important that you have your alone time. You can't always be together 24/7.
I agree. Definitely you gotta be two independent people. You can't be that's symbiotic.
Yeah.
Of course, after 40 years, you have no friends left, so it's just you and your spouse.
But you know, Courtney's my best friend, so you know, I go to her for everything. So we always talk and we always get, but we do have our alone time, just like I'm having it right now. but it's we are very, very close when it comes to, you know, talking about things, and so we got a good relationship as far as that's concerned.
That's awesome.
Cool. By the way, folks, you probably aren't familiar with Line Screw One. He's a gentleman that does RV traveling in Canada. And, he has his own, and he has his own YouTube channel. It's a great show.
That's awesome.
He's a very wise man. I can just tell you that. Super nice guy, but it's really neat to have him on the show today. So thanks. I don't know his first name. I used to know it, but I've forgotten it since I just know him as Line Screw One. But
there you go.
We do have a Canadian here. You know them Canadians. There's your answer.
And Thomas says he makes mac and cheese and curry. I think that was Chandra's question.
Oh, that sounds good. Oh yeah.
I'll take either or, Thomas. Anytime you want to send it this way. So I love good mac and cheese or curry.
Aww.
So thank you.
I'm not sure if this is a deal breaker or not.
Curry's good. Curry's good stuff.
If I have to do it, then yes. But if you want to rub my feet, that's okay. I don't like men's feet. Freak me out. They're gross. I have all boys.
How many times you guys do that to me?
No. Please don't make me touch your feet.
Yeah, because sometimes they look like photo feet. That's why, huh?
Actually, if somebody wanted to rub my feet, it might be a deal breaker because I totally don't like people touching my feet. I don't even want to go get a pedicure. So I'm on the opposite spectrum. I don't touch my feet. Oh, I don't like it.
I got a pedicure once.
I know
I can do my own, but I'm not. Don't touch
wonderful.
Yep.
It was heaven. I would do it every day of the week if I could.
Tickle you. I don't want to be tickled. My feet are so ticklish. It's awful. So no.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
I have been known to kick and thrash, and it's just awful now.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
How do you know, George?
Says the man with the turkey on his head.
I know this woman very well.
He does. He does.
Oh. Looks like Thomas makes soups too.
Oh, I love soups. They're my favorite.
Me too. I just love a good soup. Man.
Look at Tom's face. He's not liking it. He's not liking it.
You don't like?
It shouldn't gain weight, you shouldn't gain weight the more soup you eat, because it should just slide down all the crevices, and it should be skinny soup, and it's just no matter what you get all these flavors. I love it.
Well, now this is a what kind of soups does he make?
Yeah.
That's a big question.
Hey, Thomas, do you make a good minestrone?
Mm.
Love minestrone, man. That's a bomb.
Bunch of stuff I'd normally like to eat in a water.
Morty's being a little naughty. He says, what are you having?
I know, Morty, man.
I like.
He says he's not a clingy person, but he loves being home with the family. Morty and his family. Morty does a ton of cooking out, and he has sent me pictures. Oh my God, that guy is a genius on the grill.
Wow.
He is absolutely fabulous at it. And seeing him and his family go up to the lake and do a bunch of stuff in SoCal. So
Nice.
Murrieta.
Hey, that's kind of a cheeky question.
He's like, what are you rubbing your feet on?
It's a little cheeky.
Yeah.
There's a website for that.
What's a wedding soup? What does that mean?
It's an Italian soup with meatballs usually, and spinach in it, and little tiny pasta shells.
Yes.
It's very good. Yeah.
Really good.
Yep.
Grill soup.
Morty grill soup.
That's good.
Morty grill soup.
Yep.
It's pretty doggone good, Morty.
It is. I can't.
Well, let's get back to the rules here. If the female suspects that the male knows all the rules, then she must immediately change some of them or all of them. Is that correct?
She's going to change it.
List.
She's
Rodney
totally going to change it.
Rodney,
You
I'm
can
telling you,
count on
I am helping you guys keep a long relationship here. And I've
It
got
sounds
the-
like that guy's single.
it sounds like Rodney Dangerfield wrote the list.
The
Yes,
next one is the next one is the female's never wrong.
Depends
I
on what it is.
disagree.
No, that's
Depends on how much trouble you're in. If you're in trouble, he's never wrong.
It says if the female is wrong, it is because of a vagrant misunderstanding, which was direct result of something the male said or did wrong.
The smart guy right there. Smart
This
guy.
is applicable. I'm telling you, I've been married
Smart.
40 years. This all makes sense to me.
Yeah.
I need to tell mom.
Wow.
If rule number 6 applies, the male must immediately apologize for causing the misunderstanding.
I don't.
I'm on it.
If I'm wrong, I'll admit it, like I did that one time.
I'm skipping some of these, but here we go. The male must never change his mind without express written consent of the female.
Well, you heard me earlier saying that if you're going to make a plan, run it by me.
No,
In writing?
just gotta keep her informed. Just keep her informed, man, so she knows what's going on.
Yeah.
Just give her a pre-forewarning and say, I'd like to go to this place. Would you like to go with me? Well, would you like to do this?
Yeah. Or, hey,
And,
honey, I was thinking we could go see the movie. Does that work with you? And I'd be like, yeah, it's cool. Just don't say, we're going to go do this. Then I feel like,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's a little too demanding. And I think I've had relationships. We're going to go do this. We're going to go to a party. I said, well, I don't want to go to a party. So it's kind of like, hey, sorry.
It's more fun when both people participate.
Depends on what kind of party it is, too.
Well, it says here the female has every right to be angry or upset at any time.
Yeah. Just go for it. Because it's kind of, you never know what's going to come out.
are we really that irrational, guys?
Sometimes, man, you're explosive. I've had a relationship where, oh my gosh, I mean,
Most females have had moments for sure.
Yeah,
I'm
because
like-
it says here the male must remain calm at all times unless the female wants him to be angry or upset.
Split personality.
Oh, by the way, Say What You Will Radio is funny. I'm not, I know we're not commenting on you, but you're funny. I like if a man speaks and there's no one near to hear him, is he still wrong? That was cute. You're good. You're good. Keep it coming.
Go, John.
Let's see.
I mean, that almost is a circle clap, isn't that?
Yeah, I give him a circle clap for that one. It's got to be, of course, it's only if Flynn lets us.
Well, it's kind of my thing, but
Is it okay? Do we have written consent to do a circle clap?
TBD.
I went with a tiny one.
Guys, Thomas wants us to know he makes stoves too. He's the man.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So apparently, now he does make the food, he makes the devices to
Wow.
cook the food on, huh?
He's from Glasgow. He's one of our mates. He's a great lad.
In Glasgow.
Great lad. He's a supporter of Celtic, not Rangers. He's a good lad.
Okay, so these rules I've been reading to you, it says any attempt to document these rules could result in bodily harm.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And it says also the female always gets the last word. And last but not least, these rules are subject to change as the female sees fit.
Oh,
You guys aren't buying into this.
No.
Not at all.
it's
It's
probably a little
true.
too truthful. I think the truth is hurting us a little bit right now.
I think it sounds very embittered, if you must know. So I can't go there.
And
Tom, when you getting a cat?
Never. I get a dog. I'm not getting a cat.
You could get a cat that acts like a dog.
It's true. She's got one, two of
I
them.
have two.
And they shed. They walk around the house without any pants on and wipe their asses everywhere. And you got to have that litter box that I don't care. Fresh step my ass. You can put a 55-gallon drum of that stuff. It still smells like lemons and cat crap. and I have an in the dog.
You
crap
are absolutely right.
That's right.
So I'm getting a dog if I get anything, but
Yeah.
I wouldn't count
All
on
right.
it. I had a cow when I was a kid. You want to talk about a pet? There, cattle.
Okay,
I had to eat them.
We got
Oh,
green-
Morty's on a roll tonight, too.
Yeah, Morty's got a question. Do you care if I address it?
Go for it.
this one?
So he's saying, what if your partner wants you to do something that you're really not into, or you want them to do something that they're not into?
What is that?
I would just communicate. I mean, ideally say, hey, this is something I really like. I'm going to pretend, Morty, you want the girl to watch MMA or UFC with you.
Oh, him and his wife watch every MMA event together.
Swear?
Yes.
How did I just know that?
Yeah.
Well, I just think that we lost Chandra. I think it's good to try to communicate and say it's important to you. And maybe you guys can, say, hey, I really appreciate you watch this football game with me or this baseball game with you. And then, it would really mean a lot to me, and how can we do this? How can we do this together? And maybe she'll say, okay, I'll watch the first half with you. Or maybe you guys can compromise. I don't know.
I used to play lots of soccer and I never, my girlfriends, I would just say, hey, I got to go to a game, whatever. And I would never ask them to come to it, like explicitly, even though I desperately wanted them to. And I finally started dating this girl and I'm like, hey, I'm going to the game. Okay, what time's it start? I'll be there. And I'm like, you are the coolest ever.
Yeah.
And then I had another girlfriend that came to one and she went, you are really good. And I felt like it was so patronizing. I'm like, yes, I played professionally. I'm aware I'm better than those schmucks. Thank you so much. But I don't know. I think if it's something that's really important to you that person takes part in, then you have to say something.
Well, I also think you know, there's some things that it's just, you know, if you're going to drag someone into something that just are not feeling it, it's not going to be enjoyable for you either.
Yeah.
So one thing we do is that's our time to be independent. Like if that's the thing you really like to do, then that's a good time for me to go do the thing that I like to do. And like, that's a good way to manage it too, because no one wants to be dragging their spouse through something they really don't like, because it takes away from your own enjoyment.
Yes.
By the same token, I dated a girl whose family was seriously into barbershop quartet music. Even though
so random.
Even though I'm not a big fan of barbershop quartet music, I went to a week-long convention with
oh my God.
because I knew it was important to her. But man, I don't know how many times you can hear "Down by the old mill stream, not the river but the stream," without wanting to blow your brains out. Now, then we got back from the week and I had a championship soccer game. I'm like, "You're coming to the thing, right?" She's like, "I'm kind of busy." And I did it. I just spent a week in San Diego with Barbershop Quartet. You are coming to the game. I don't care. 90 minutes for a week. That's a pretty good trade. Say What You Will Radio says the closest thing to a cat Tom will get is the number 1 from Asian Garden.
Oh, that's bad.
I missed that one. Sorry.
That's okay.
You guys, Stephanie's been saying a lot of cute things. Stephanie.
Yeah.
Well, I just want to say, Stephanie, I had a Maine Coon. I love Maine Coons. They're the dopest cats around. I just want to give you a shout out for that.
Yeah, I saw that one.
Tracy, you've got what
Nice,
what's your cat
Stephanie.
called?
I have 2 Savannahs. So we were either going to get a Maine Coon or we were going to get Savannahs. So we went with Savannahs. So we like our big cats.
I think the Maine Coon would have been more affordable.
Probably. I probably wouldn't have to travel as far to get them either.
Couldn't get into video games. Doesn't like to sit on my bum. Rather be hiking or kayak fishing. I
agree.
I'm down with that.
I like all the above, actually.
Yeah.
Yep. How many of you would jump out of an airplane with your partner? I mean, literally jump out of an airplane and go skydiving.
I assume we'd have parachutes.
No, of course not, Ron.
No, I wouldn't jump out of there.
Peckerhead.
If
they coming from the peckerhead.
If they hadn't done it before, I would do it. I've already done it, and that's one of those things. Yeah, it's like if they really wanted to do it, I would do it. But otherwise,
I do it.
You know.
I wouldn't. I'm afraid of heights, so I'm not doing it. So
I'm afraid of heights, but I want to do it. I want to challenge myself and do it.
I want to go.
Awesome. I loved it. Absolutely.
The only thing I'd consider is a hot air balloon. I'm not jumping out of an airplane.
I've done that.
Yeah.
It's very enjoyable, but they don't warn you about the landing. When they bring a balloon down, it is not smooth. You think it's going to be this nice, soft, cozy. It's not. It's like drag to get. You're like, hope you don't get hit by a tree. It's terrible.
I think hot air balloons are more dangerous than jumping out of a plane.
Yes, they are actually.
I'm scared of heights too, but really, when you jump out of a plane at any altitude, it's not scary till you get about 500 feet off the ground, and actually, because your mind isn't used to being up. But when you get there, like, oh, that's a telephone pole, that's a car. Oh my God, I'm really high up.
Yeah.
That's when it gets a little bit scary. But from 1 to 10, what number must your opposite be to make the cut?
I don't get the question.
It's the looks, right?
Yeah, because
if you want a 10,
they've got to be a 9 or a 10 for me. I'm not happy unless they are way above what I deserve. And
once again, it depends on how much wild turkey I had.
Yeah, I'd say Lynette's a 10, so she made the cut. There you go, Lynette.
Wow, Lynette. You're a 10.
Yeah.
I got a question for you guys,
Go for it.
for the men.
Ooh.
How important are looks to you?
They're not as important as the person liking me, but I don't need any ogres to like me. They got to be, they gotta engage the launch sequence when I'm around them. Otherwise, I don't know.
What is the launch sequence?
Oh Lord.
That's
The
when
salute?
man becomes aroused and
Okay.
certain appendages become
Hello.
different.
Are we on the same page now?
Girls aren't like that. We don't have anything like that where, like, when a
I
man's
don't think
excited.
anybody has anything like that.
Oh, I don't know about that.
I was going to say, I disagree with you, Flynn.
Let's hear.
You don't have any physiological changes that occur when
Yeah.
you're aroused. I would sorely
Oh,
disagree.
gee whiz.
If you don't, we need to really talk privately. But
No,
I'm
but I mean,
pretty sure you do.
I don't really know that, and I don't know that. I don't know. I mean, guys know. I don't think I know
Well,
until
we have to know because we wear tight-fitting jeans.
I don't always know when I'm excited until maybe
She's such a little squirt.
It's too late, or
until like maybe their hands go down there or something. Then I'm like, oh, I don't always know. Am I wrong? You, Curl Tracy, do you guys know?
Yeah. Like it might not be a lunch sequence, but if there's definitely a boil going on.
Yeah, no. I mean, you feel it. You feel it. I mean, when there's chemistry, you feel it, but
Yeah, you feel it, but yeah,
it's not always
now
on
you
your
know.
eye.
yeah, it's not like on display for the whole world. I'm like
well, the motor does get running. Is that what you're saying, Tracy?
Yeah, I don't think it's. I don't think it's all. It's always dripping down my thigh. I mean, that's exciting when that happens, but it's not always the
Wow.
case.
we're
Wow.
gonna have another conversation after the show.
Yeah.
And that says, is your first attraction physical or mental? I would say it's physical because until you talk to them, you can't get the mental connection. So there's a lot of people that you might be physically attracted to, but they just don't make the cut because when you start talking to them, there's nothing there mentally, and it's just
Once again, it's how much wild turkey you had.
it's like
Physical until you actually wake up the next morning, and then it's like mental. You're like, oh, what did I just do?
well, it's like it's like you have this sports car that's super awesome looking, and then you find out it has no steering. You don't want the sports car anymore.
Exactly right.
Aw. Look at Morty Vickers' answer. He
Got
says,
a list of really good things here. What's the
I think my wife was beautiful, but my wife became 1,000 times more hotter the day that I saw how amazing she was as a mother.
Wow,
So, yeah,
Morty, man, you are scoring some serious points, brother.
Yeah, that is
And
good.
I
as
actually
cooking.
have to say, I think that's true with a lot of people. You watch how they are around either their children or, intense events, and you go, oh, they just became really hot right now. Yeah, that's it. Yep.
I think somebody can become way hotter the more you get to know them. Like
Yes.
they
Yes,
really
definitely.
the way they are, the way they act. That's.
And they
So,
can become also less attractive.
I gotta ask you guys a question. This question only guys could really relate to. This is a young, probably teenage question. When and how thrilling was it when you got to touch your first boob?
Well, that's a mountain we never get tired of climbing, isn't it?
But the first
Not at
time,
all.
that
No,
first
not at all.
time that you finally, that time has come. Was it great?
The heavens opened,
It
I
was-
heard angels sinking, I saw Aztec temples.
Oh yeah. I'm sorry, man. We were 6th grade, and we're on the side of the school, and up went the hand, and it's like, Lord. That's exactly what happened.
It's like you pulled Excalibur out of the rock. It was great.
And then guess what happened? Ding.
Even in 6th grade, eh?
Even in 6th grade, buddy.
Oh my God.
What if there's Lynette says, what if there's no chemistry physically, but when you talk, she's awesome? Well, that's a
I
great
already answered that one.
That's
I
a
mean,
friend.
that's a great friend, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a great friend. You have to have both. I mean,
Yeah.
you really do. Otherwise, you just have a new bestie.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's
I
when you go, if
do that.
we could put your brain in that girl over there, we could be on something.
Oh, you have no idea how many times I've actually uttered those words. Oh my God. You're really hot, but that guy over there, he's really intelligent. Damn. It's like clone both of you. Yes. Big time.
This just got
What round robin, starting with whomever, what's the most important quality in your partner that you're looking for?
That she digs me. That's it. She's got to think I'm Fonzie.
Since I'm a visionary, I probably didn't know it at the time, but being a visionary, it's always nice to have someone who's analytical. As an opposite one, because one's a dreamer and the other one brings you kind of back. Kind of keeps everything balanced.
So someone who kind of grounds you?
Yeah. And of course, when you're younger, it's irritating. But as you get older, you realize how important that is.
Yeah.
So I probably didn't appreciate it as much as I do today.
Aww.
It's true.
George?
Definitely.
Tom says digs him. Rob likes someone who grounds him. And what's important to you? Number one thing.
No, I mean, it's the humor. She is so funny. She's so quiet, but she's so funny. And we are both dorks, as you can see. And we both get along really well because of that. So our chemistry is just awesome because we're so funny together. And then she compliments everything. Yes, I love her sense of humor. She's great about
Shared sense of humor is your number one thing?
Yes, my number one thing. She's got a good sense of humor. Yeah, of course she's got to be pretty, but I mean, not to the extent to where it's, I'm not talking ogre here. Yes, definitely not ogre. But if she's got, 3 feet or something like that, yeah, I'm going to have to ask questions. But for the most part, yeah, she's the chemistry of having just a good sense of humor and being able to go along with what I say. It's all good. So that's mine.
I like John's comment here. Beauty is just a 6-pack away or a light switch. So what if there's no chemistry between you physically, but when you talk, it's awesome.
Tom, good friend.
I think we covered that already.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
But
am I that far behind?
Yeah.
This
Morty, sorry, go ahead.
I'm catching up.
It says, Lynette says, would you feel comfortable in suggesting plastic surgery to your partner to fix things to your liking? Absolutely not.
No.
What I would say about that is
You should only do it for yourself.
That's right.
Amen.
Well,
if it was detriment to her health, then yes. But if not, no.
Yeah, because a little boob is just as thrilling as a big boob.
Hell yeah.
What I would say to that is it would be
Oh, I love this song.
yeah, it's absolutely not. If she wants to, fine. But I don't require that. I probably like him a lot to begin with. Lynette says yes, lights out at my age. Deal. But yeah, I'm not. They don't change anything.
Yeah,
I do like Stephanie's comment.
Yeah. Are they paying for it?
That don't pay for it? Oh, well, why not?
I don't know.
They
I
don't
wouldn't
only
think-
have to pay for it, they have to take care of the aftercare, and they are going to
Oh,
have
yeah.
to sit it out with me. Oh, no.
Big time. Oh, my
I can
gosh,
almost
that's a lot.
guarantee nobody wants to go through all that. So I personally, if the tables were reversed, I'm not offering because I'm not showing up like that. That's too much work.
So we have 5 minutes left, actually less than 5 minutes. I do have a question for the panel pertaining to Thanksgiving. So what do you wish next Thanksgiving to be like compared to this year?
Oh, I want COVID over. I want to be living in Southern California on the radio.
What about Texas? Come on, man.
Well, or Texas.
Oh, back to Texas.
Or Texas. And I want, well, the reason Southern California is Lynette's dad is the greatest cook in the world. So
Oh, okay.
I'd
definitely go for that.
But I want really COVID over. I want the world to be back to normal. I want everybody to be able to talk face to face without a mask, without being worried about getting sick. And I want the people to have jobs and all of that. Lynette says she's had men ask her if she would do plastic surgery. It didn't sit well with me.
I agree.
Lynette, that's like somebody airbrushing the Mona Lisa. Those men are fools. Walk away from them. They're crazy.
Yeah.
They should never ask you. I mean, that's just saying that you're not happy with the deal. So then just move on. Like, I was like, I'm not opposed to plastic surgery. If you want to do it, you should do it for yourself if it makes you feel good about yourself, but never ever ask someone to do that. That's just a sign that it's not right. Just
if I'm with them, I already think they're smoking hot. They ain't got to change nothing.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right, one more question, panel, before we call it a day. We only have 3 minutes. And everybody, I'd love to hear your answer to this. If you could jump into a pool of something, what would it be?
Chocolate.
Jello.
Well,
Jello.
mine would be right about there.
Right there. Okay, yeah.
Oops, sorry. There we go. That's what we're talking about. Right?
Chandra, what would you jump into? What's your fantasy jump
Nothing.
into?
Nothing ever.
Jello
Ew.
with
Yeah.
my girl.
I'm
Jello
already
with my
just,
girl.
the thought is just sicking me out.
A hot bath? A hot bath?
Hey, how about Tom? How about that mayonnaise you got?
Yeah, no.
How about that big jar of mayonnaise?
I
you
might
got?
agree
55.
with John from Say What You Will Radio. I jump into a pool of cash, maybe. I don't know.
Ooh,
yeah.
I like that one.
Wow.
I'm with Tracy, a hot bath.
Jump into a
Yeah.
pool
Hot
of
bath.
I would
Bath
jump
is
in,
always good.
I would jump into a pool of truth.
Oh God.
Wow, that's deep.
Oh,
That's
Ooh.
that's
wow.
I think you're lying, Tom.
I like Morty's response.
Oh, my wife just came in the studio and says she jumped into a pool of cheesecake.
Oh.
Oh,
Morty's
I might puke a little. Sorry, hold on.
Morty's
You're
answer.
ruffling my feathers.
Morty's answer is funny. Gold coin,
Yes,
Scrooge McDuck style.
that's right. I like
Well,
that
guys,
one.
we gotta wrap this up. I want to thank everybody. I know it's a Thanksgiving Eve, and I do appreciate all you being on the panel today. And we will be back here next Wednesday, the same bat time and same bat channel. So,
We'll be
guys,
back.
and hopefully everybody has a wonderful Thanksgiving.
yeah. Happy
Right.
Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy
Bye,
Thanksgiving,
guys.
everybody.
Take
Happy
care.
Thanksgiving.
Stay out of trouble. Bye.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for watching our video. Please take the time to like, subscribe, and share our videos all over the whole wide world. Thanks.